All right, be honest. How many unfinished projects are on your laptop right now? For me, it was dozens of 8-bar loops. I'd start, get excited, then abandon them. And the worst part? I thought I was making progress. But really, I was stuck in a cycle of side quests. That's literally what inspired my song Turn Lane, which you can now listen to on all streaming platforms. Today, I want to share how I finally broke out of it. I used to convince myself that dabbling was productive. Like, if I had a bunch of ideas started, that meant I was working. But it wasn't work, it was self-sabotage. My hard drive was full of 8-bar loops, little demos that I'd listen back to and think, this is a great idea. But they never got finished. They never left the hard drive. And here's what I've realized. You only improve when you close the loop. Finishing a song means you've drawn a line in the sand. This is my skill level right now. And once you release it, you actually have a foundation to build on. You can figure out what didn't work, get feedback, and grow from it. But when you never finish, you're just stuck in the same loop forever, literally and figuratively. You keep making the same mistakes, telling yourself you're progressing, when really you're just hiding. So my solution was to make the commitment. Schedule a session at a recording studio that I was paying a bunch of money for that I couldn't miss. That way it had a clear endpoint and a financial loss that I'd incur for not preparing for it. Raising the stakes like that meant the most important part of the process was definitely getting done, and I can iron out all the little details later. One of my biggest personal blocks was singing. For the longest time, I'd tell myself, I can't sing. I thought I sounded terrible, I hated how I sounded, and I just didn't want to keep doing it. That became an excuse really to not try. It became a part of my identity to not be able to sing, instead of that being a present moment truth and a skill I could work to improve. And while I'm grateful for that period because it pushed me towards rap,
I don't backtrack, I'm moving the game forward. Lexicon rich, I never been into poor words.
it was still avoidance. I was filling my time with production, video, anything else just to avoid doing the hard work of facing how much I hated hearing my own voice. By never trying, I was actually reinforcing the idea that I couldn't do it. I was terrified of failing and of looking dumb. I remember recording a track called The Girl in My Head, and I had no clue how head voice even worked. I was just belting everything way above where it should have been. And because I think like a programmer, I wrote melodies like equations, neat little boxes with no feel and no flow. The turning point was when I finally got a vocal coach. I showed up every week, even when I felt uncomfortable, and slowly started to understand what I was capable of. That's when I realized passion doesn't come first. Passion comes after discipline. You earn it by showing up. By the way, if this is clicking with you, hit the like button so more artists can find it. And if you're working on your own songs, subscribe, because I've got more videos coming that'll help you actually get them finished and out into the real world. I also had to face the fact that nobody else was going to build this catalog for me. At first, my goals were overwhelming. I wanted to play shows, collab with people, build a whole world around my music, but without songs, none of that was possible. So I simplified. Forget the anxiety of trying to plan everything at once. Step 1, build a catalog of music that I like and that I'm proud of and that I want to share with the world. Step 2, everything else. And that comes when it comes. Allowing things to take their time helps them to actually get done because you're giving them space instead of just filling your time with the anxiety of not getting things done by a certain deadline or not getting to a certain place by a certain time. Momentum doesn't come from planning. It comes from focusing on the most important block right in front of you. That meant slotting time in to make music as often as possible and sticking to it. Some seasons I might be able to do more, some I might be able to do less, but overall it meant that I could find a point of inspiration regularly and keep the idea pipeline flowing. And I also had more of a system. Knock out a bunch of mediocre ideas until there's a good one, then focus on that one until it's done and recording ready. Many options to expand your creative landscape early, then quickly narrow it down to ensure that I'm moving forward. It's more systems thinking just applied to music, and more importantly to finishing music. Consistency is way better than perfection, and this realization is where it all clicked for me. Done is better than perfect. I used to think I couldn't release unless it sounded like my favorite artists, but perfectionism just leaves you with a pile of half-finished tracks that nobody ever hears. Finishing songs, even if they weren't perfect, gave me markers of where I was at that moment, and those markers showed me what I needed to fix next. And I'm not the only one. I mean, if you're listening to this, I'm sure that you feel similarly. I mean, a friend of mine had been stuck on a single song for months, tweaking the mix literally 8 different times, 20 different versions on his hard drive that he showed me, and he just couldn't move forward with it. After we talked about essentially this exact topic, he went home, set a 2-week deadline, shot a music video, and actually released it, just like that. By setting that deadline and saying that he was gonna get it done, it prompted massive action instantly. He got a lot more done in those 2 weeks than he could have over a longer period of time just because he knew there was a deadline and he had to meet it. That showed me that most of the blocks aren't real. They're in your head. And the moment you decide to finish, things actually move forward. So here's the lesson. Chasing side quests feels exciting, but it's a trap. Passion and progress don't come from dabbling. They come from discipline, finishing, and showing up consistently. In the words of my new single,
now you're on every side quest, wonder why you ain't arrived yet. But I think you know.
That's what Turn Lane is about. Switching lanes every week will never get you where you want to go. Pick one lane and just drive it. And if you've got a project sitting unfinished on your hard drive, here's my challenge. Finish it, release it, send it to me in the comments or on Instagram, or reach out and I'm happy to lend a hand where I can if you don't feel like you can finish it or you need some guidance on how to finish it. And to make the whole process easier, I put together a free song release checklist. It's the exact steps I use to take a track from demo all the way to Spotify and Apple Music and all other streaming platforms. It covers mixing, mastering, uploading, artwork, promotion, distribution, and all of that. You can grab it free at the link below and finally put your music out into the world. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments what I should cover next that would really help you. And if you haven't yet, go listen to my new single, Turn Lane, out now on all streaming platforms. I think you might relate to it.
Man, you're always in the turn lane, never going where you're headed in the first place. Driven till you hit another board phase, doing circles round the block like it's a board game. We can get up at the turn lane, switching up directions is the